your views on the ease of doing business? How much has it really improved?
It's really important. I often look at this just through the lens of the competitive index. So when you look at the competitive index, you can see how global economies compare. And of course, India is sort of 42, 40, 43. I think the really important thing is India has to work out where it wants to be competitive. You can't compare to number one. Number one is Singapore. I mean, Singapore has a population of less than 1% of India. It's just not comparable.
Right.
We have to look behind and say, where are the areas where India wants to be competitive? And I think there are two things that come through. One of them is the point's been made, that there is a greater burden of regulatory, legal process to doing business in India than some other economies. I think that's a very important point for business and the government together to work through. And I think international business see that as a barrier because it's very visible. Some of the other things are far more about just the sheer scale and socio-economic factors in India, which are both an advantage and disadvantage. But I think the real question is focusing on where India wants to be competitive. One looks at those data sets, which gives a lot of information, but I do agree that one of the barriers is definitely the whole regulatory legal environment that creates perhaps unnecessary barriers.